वेलकम ऑन द नाइट ऑफ दिवाली। आज लेट नाइट पॉडकास्ट शूट कर रहे हैं। वेलकम बैक टू अनदर एपिसोड ऑफ द जीपी एक्सपीरियंस बाय IFF1। तो आई हैव विद मी SJ शब्बीर भाई हमारे। हैप्पी दिवाली टू यू ऑल गाइस। बहुत
हैप्पी दिवाली
मेहनत
गाइस।
करके बहुत मेहनत करके रिकॉर्ड कर रहे हैं। तो प्लीज थोड़ा सा अच्छा लगे तो लाइक कर देना, शेयर शेयर कर देना एंड सब्सक्राइब कर देना। सो कमिंग बैक टू द टॉपिक, काफी काफी अच्छा एक रेस था ये। इट वॉज अ वेरी इवेंटफुल वीकेंड। Right from the start to the finish, there were many talking points which we have taken away from this race, and we just wanted to have an open discussion with you guys. So सोचा कि आ जाते हैं और बात करते हैं। So, what was your overall thoughts on this weekend, SJ?
It was a good race. One thing is for sure that Max Verstappen and Red Bull have done a tremendous job after the summer break. Okay, now
Absolutely.
they are only 40 points behind after this win. So if you see, after the summer break, most of the races, be it Monza, Singapore, USGP, have been won by Max Verstappen by a good, uh, strategy.
Like good margins, like 2023 levels of dominance we can see. Like
नहीं वैसा डोमिनेंस तो नहीं है बट यस ही वाज आउटराइट वी कैन से दैट.
he's Max Verstappen. Once he is in front, he will cruise out to the finish line and
हाँ बट
nobody
वो
can touch.
स्टार्ट ऑफ द सीजन में वैसा नहीं था ना.
नहीं, वैसा नहीं था, बट स्टिल उसने मैक्लारेन से विंस तो निकाल ही दिए थे।
हाँ वो
ही
तभी भी निकाले थे.
हाँ,
बट नाउ ही इज क्लियरली डोमिनेटिंग. सो रेड बुल हैव वर्कड ऑन द
एग्जैक्ट।
कार दैट्स फॉर श्योर. इवन
रेड बुल
सुनोडा देखेगा
हैज
तो सुनोडा इज आल्सो फिनिशिंग द पॉइंट्स.
He is also finishing in the points. The car has progressively improved since the summer break. Actually,
करेक्ट.
because during Monza, I thought that okay, this is an outlier circuit. They obviously learned their lessons from last year, being
राइट.
there, being struggling so hardly. So I thought that okay, let's see after what they can do after Baku, because Baku was also an outlier circuit like Monza because lots of
करेक्ट.
straights and lots
राइट.
of stop and start corners. But seeing them dominate there, and after that when he dominated the Singapore race like he did, and knowing what the actual strength of McLaren is, I don't think anybody can doubt that Verstappen is in the hunt for the
That was
title now.
the Singapore was the only circuit where he had not won till this year. Now he has won this year
Yeah,
also. तो वो भी एक उसका बॉक्स टिक ऑफ हो
exactly.
गया.
Yeah, he has won. He's doing everything possible in his yeah. But we have to see that the level of competition McLaren is bringing to the table, and Red Bull faltering their way through the season and then just coming around after the summer break like this.
या मैक्लारेन डोमिनेंस का जो तुम बोल रहे हो दैट इज करेक्ट. इट इज देयर.
Yeah,
राइट बट अगेन द पॉइंट बीइंग दे आर यंग ड्राइवर्स बोथ लैंडो नॉरिस एंड पियास्ट्री.
exactly.
एंड आई थिंक सी यंग तो वर्स्टैपन भी है बट ही हैज एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ
काफी
winning championships. These guys don't have winning championship experience. How to cross the finish line, I would say. So they might be fluttering somewhere. But again, they have an experienced team. They have Zach Brown and Andrew Stella, people around them who can guide them. I don't think so. ऐसा कुछ होना चाहिए. I think McLaren or the drivers have become complacent. And especially the strategy of leading the drivers race is kind of, what cost them something in sprint victory. So 8 points or
yeah.
15 points was big thing.
I can see where you're coming from because, as far as I know, this McLaren team, which Andreas Stella and Zach Brown has put up, this is a comparatively new team fighting for championships. I must say from the past 1 or 2 years, because they just won the Constructors' Championship last year, and they are fighting up against a guy who has been battle hardened currently, because
कि ऐसा
they are
I would like to contradict. ऐसा नहीं होता है. In 2010 when Red Bull were fighting for the championship, ठीक है.
they were the underdog. Everybody loves an underdog
No, no,
story.
no. It
I
is
am
not
not
about being the
against that.
underdog, but वही एक्सपीरियंस तो उन लोगों को भी नहीं था. ना वेटल को था, ना
Exactly.
वेबर को था, ना हॉर्नर को था,
But Mc-
एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा. बट देयर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड एज यू नो क्रॉसिंग द लाइन, दैट विनिंग मेंटालिटी जिसको बोलते हैं ना, वो,
that final
या,
inner bastard in you
करेक्ट,
that makes you a champion.
यस यस,
Yeah.
वो आई
And
थिंक मिसिंग फ्रॉम बोथ लैंडो नॉरिस एंड ऑस्कर। ऑस्कर का कभी कभार फिर भी दिखता है, बट लैंडो का नहीं दिखता है, द वे ही रिएक्ट्स।
personally, I had never felt Lando was ready for a championship, anyways. Or Oscar, he's just consistent. He has improved a lot in this season. काफी सारे weaknesses पे उसने address किया है, इसलिए वो कर पा रहा है उस चीज को. He is able to mount a challenge, and he is just that much better than Norris, I must say. But the main problem I'm coming to is McLaren is trying to make this fight overly fair. वो their fair rules racing ideology which they are pursuing right now, I think it is a bit too much for the drivers to take in. Plus, they completely discounted Red Bull from the title fight because they thought that they are very much back. We have already wrapped up the constructors. The drivers' title will be a private fight between this team. So I think they got a little complacent, but on the same time, I don't want to give too much credit to Red Bull also, because seeing how good of a job McLaren has done and both of its drivers, they are taking the things to the line for the team. Uh, it's a very difficult situation to watch, but no doubt this is going to be a treat for us fans to watch, regardless
Absolutely,
how it turns out.
absolutely, absolutely. I agree to your statement. See, there are a couple of title battles or the places going on. ठीक है, McLaren already secured the constructor championship. तो वो
Exactly.
तो खत्म हो गया. But there is P2 in constructions. Mercedes and Ferrari are
हाँ,
fighting for. Now, after this race, Ferrari had a very strong sprint also, and a strong race also. ठीक है.
हाँ, काफी अच्छा
हाँ,
इम्प्रूवमेंट किया फरारी.
yes. So they are only 4 points adrift from Mercedes again,
Yeah,
right? Now, coming back to this title fight, वो तो है ही, ऑलरेडी तीन लोगों में है, ठीक है,
exactly.
एंड
George Russell is still in mathematically in it, if I'm not wrong.
मैथमेटिकली है, करेक्ट है, बट दे डोंट हैव दैट विनिंग कार ना,
No,
कंसिस्टेंटली
no,
चार
no.
रेस जीतेगा क्या वो?
कभी नहीं, कभी नहीं, कभी नहीं.
तो फिर,
वो चीज
तो
नहीं हो सकती.
मैथमेटिकली ठीक है वो सब, ओके, मैथमेटिकली चार सेक्टर इज ऑल्सो आई थिंक स्टिल इन कंडीशन, बट विल ही डू इट? आई
No,
डोंट थिंक सो.
not possible.
There are a lot of ifs and buts to happen for this, either George or
Exactly.
Charles to win, ठीक है. So theoretically, practically, it is the title race between three drivers: Oscar, Max, and Lando. ठीक है. The way the current last few races have gone, I see Max claiming this championship by a huge margin. Possibility it may go to Abu Dhabi. ठीक है. Let's see what
Yeah,
happens over there.
exactly.
But say for example now Brazil, we know that it might have a wet race. Usually happen.
Yeah,
If it happens a wet race, then Max is going
that might
to
be.
steal it at any matter.
Max is going to steal it again.
Correct.
It's a special
Because there is
circuit,
no better driver than him currently in the wet races, right? Lewis Hamilton है,
excluding
but
Hamilton.
yeah, Hamilton है,
Yeah,
Lewis है, but he still needs to have that kind of car.
yeah, that kind of car performance
Yeah,
to be able to perform that magic.
correct. So again, ifs and buts. Okay.
Yeah,
So title race between three drivers going to Abu Dhabi, that's for sure.
that's for sure, and that's a very exciting prospect. Ferrari. फरारी एंड अनदर पॉइंट, एक छोटा सा एक स्निपेट था. डू यू थिंक मैक्लारेंस preparedness for this race, the main race itself, was hampered by their double DNF in the sprint? Because I can see that they didn't have that tire knowledge, that delta gap, those representative times which they wanted, which they would have from the sprint if they hadn't crashed out.
I don't think so. There are a lot of technical data which floats around. Okay.
Exactly.
Experienced people. Okay. If you would have seen, I don't think so. Anybody had a strategy of going on softs in the race completely, unless and until Char started on softs,
Yeah.
started on soft. Okay. They saw him doing 2022
That was a
laps.
damn
I
smart
think,
move.
yeah, that was a smart move. Okay.
Smart move.
And everybody changed the strategy to go to the soft instead of going to the hard, where they soft can do 2022. By watching the race, I got this feeling, to be very honest. ठीक है. That was a good move, smart move. Everybody did a fantastic job pulling that
Exactly.
20-25 laps on soft, where, if you see the pit stop window that was for soft was between 12 to 18 laps. तो एज पर
But
पेज
they
वो
managed to
वो
pull out
टायर उतना ही
20,
चलना
20.
चाहिए 12 to 18 का. बट चला कितना?
हाँ,
20
20,
25
25.
25 से 28 तक चला वो. ठीक है. सो द टायर विंडो शिफ्टेड फॉर एवरीबॉडी. एंड या दैट्स ओके, गुड. सो it did not matter that much, that accident, but yes, what costed them was points
या पॉइंट्स का बहुत बड़ा
for
लॉस
both
हुआ है.
both the drivers. Okay. अगर 6-6
दैट
पॉइंट भी
दैट्स
अगर लेते थे, 5-6 पॉइंट, जो भी 6-7 पॉइंट, इवन इफ दे फिनिश ऑन सेकेंड एंड थर्ड, ठीक है, सो सेवन
दे
एंड
वुड हैव
सिक्स
हैड दैट कुशन. उतना
करेक्ट.
प्रेशराइजिंग सिचुएशन नहीं
राइट.
होता.
राइट. तो अभी जो
एग्जैक्टली.
वेस्टापन जो 40 पॉइंट्स पे है, वो 46 या 47 पे होता था, द डिफरेंस.
लाइक अभी नेक्स्ट का अपकमिंग रेस जो भी है, दैट 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 विल डिसाइड कि व्हाट विल दिस चैंपियनशिप टेक इट. बट आई थिंक आई विल करेंटली बैक पियास्ट्री बिकॉज he has shown that he has that mental grit and that extra mile in him compared to Norris. But with Max in the play right now, I don't think anybody else is able to mount a challenge right now.
What I will say is, I'm going to sit tight and I'm going to enjoy the championship. Okay, whomsoever wins, I'm happy
Whosoever
with it.
wins, may the best man
I
win.
will, yeah, be the best driver win. Okay, I'll be of the type happy when Lewis Hamilton or Charles will win. Hope that comes very soon.
Exactly. वो तो ड्रीम सिनेरियो
हाँ,
है.
वो तो है.
Everybody wants that.
करेक्ट.
वो देखना रह जाएगा बस.
यस यस.
बट
देखना रह जाएगा
कमिंग,
मतलब, यार ऐसा मत बोल, वो देखेंगे
ऐसा
अगले
नहीं
साल
बोल
या
रहा हूँ
अगले
बट
साल.
नोइंग फरारी,
बट
टिफोसी को तो
फरारी देयर इज
जानते ही
ऑलवेज
है.
नेक्स्ट ईयर, राइट?
देयर इज ऑलवेज नेक्स्ट ईयर. वो पिछले
या.
20 साल से नेक्स्ट ईयर ही हो रहा है.
वही है.
वही है.
तो लेट्स सी.
बट coming to Ferrari, qualifying, they were nowhere to be seen. Like they were there or thereabouts. In the main qualifying, they were there. They were disturbing the timesheets at the top. But sprint qualifying, they were nowhere to be found. This car is a total diva in terms of the performance. Like in one session, एक सेशन में भाई रॉकेट की तरह चल रही है, दूसरे सेशन में ऐसा लग रहा है कि भाई क्या हो गया है. व्हाई इज दिस कार इजंट परफॉर्मिंग टू द लेवल इट शुड. Because that car has underlying pace. By what it looks like, that car has underlying pace, but Ferrari needs to run it extremely close to the ground. And that's where they are hitting that gray area of plank wear.
करेक्ट.
Like from China, they had this downslide and then they were able to have a fix for that, but they are not able to run that car so low to the ground where they are getting that performance advantage like they would
करेक्ट.
have liked. But in this race, we saw that Ferrari is working something out because the in the race that car is very good, huh? In the race,
कहाँ से? देयर लीको इज स्पॉइलिंग एवरी फन. ओके. सी, देयर लीको कॉस्टेड देम द विक्ट्री इन हंगरी. ठीक है.
yeah,
देयर लीको कॉस्टेड देम सेकंड प्लेस फिनिश राइट नाउ इन दिस रेस आल्सो. ठीक है. इफ हैमिल्टन, इफ दैट लीको कुड नॉट हैव द प्लैंक वेयर व्हिच यू आर टेलिंग,
yeah, yeah,
अगर वो
yeah.
नहीं होता तो हैमिल्टन कुड हैव पुश्ड एंड गेट P2 and P3. फरारी कुड हैव सिक्योर्ड इजीली. ठीक है.
Exactly, exactly.
सो दो फरारी आर नॉट एबल टू, या वो लोग वो फिक्स नहीं ले पा रहे हैं. ठीक है. वो
हाँ,
स्टिल
हाँ.
यूज देयर प्लैंक वेयर व्हिच अलाउज देम टू रन द कार लो. ठीक है. सो आई होप दे हैव दैट लेसन लर्न. ठीक है.
Yeah,
फॉर
that's
द
the
नेक्स्ट
important
सीजन.
thing. Yeah, because
एंड
if
नेक्स्ट
you have
सीजन
a
देयर इज
baked
अ
in
कंप्लीट,
weakness,
या देयर इज अ कंप्लीट ओवरऑल ऑफ द रूल्स आल्सो, राइट?
yeah, yeah.
एंड
But the
मोर ओवर
major
सिंस दे
thing
आर,
is that ground effect is staying. Ground effect रह रहा है. So
नहीं ग्राउंड
that
इफेक्ट
funda,
वो भी वो इसमें नहीं है ना. द फ्लोर पे अभी कुछ भी नहीं रहेगा आई थिंक, फ्रॉम 2026.
नहीं नहीं, फ्लोर अंडर बॉडी की बात
अंडर
कर रहा हूँ.
अंडर बॉडी. अंडर
अंडर
बॉडी
बॉडी
पे
की बात कर रहा हूँ.
अंडर बॉडी नहीं रहेगा स्टार्टिंग नेक्स्ट ईयर.
नहीं
दिस इज
रहेगा.
व्हाट आई हर्ड. या.
वी विल चेक इट आउट वंस.
हाँ,
एक
विल,
बार चेक
वो
कर लूंगा
चेक
मैं.
करना पड़ेगा. बिकॉज एज फार एज व्हाट आई रिमेम्बर रीडिंग द रूल्स, सो करेक्ट मी इफ आई एम रॉन्ग, आई एम नॉट श्योर, बट एज फार एज आई रिमेम्बर जो मैंने पढ़ा था, अंडर बॉडी इफेक्ट्स विल नॉट बी देयर. एरो, एक्टिव
लाइक
एरो है.
ग्राउंड,
ओके, देयर इज एक्टिव
या
एरो.
या या एक्टिव एरो है. Is ground effect staying for F1
आई डोंट थिंक सो.
2026 अभी पता चल जाएगा.
अंडर फ्लोर का जो है ना, अंडर फ्लोर का वो नहीं है.
No, no, yeah, you are right to a certain limit. You're right to the certain limit. Actually, the extreme Venturi tunnel effect जो था,
वो
that
नहीं
will
है.
not be there. वो
हाँ.
नहीं रहेगा. But the car's aerodynamic will be
एरोडायनामिक्स तो वो
simplified.
सिंप्लीफाइड
हाँ,
रहेगा, वही. दैट इज व्हाट एग्जैक्टली आई मीन. ठीक है. थैंक्स फॉर करेक्टिंग मी. ठीक है.
no,
वो
no, no.
वो थोड़ा सा फर्क पड़ जाएगा.
We have to give our audience a very clear,
क्लियर. जरूरी है भाई.
काफी क्लियर होना चाहिए.
हाँ, जो लोग सुन रहे हैं उनको क्लैरिटी मिलेगी तो अच्छा है. ठीक है, हो
वही
सकता
वही.
है somebody having half knowledge like me can correct themselves. So it's very important.
No, no, no. That is very important in this day and age. And coming to the next point, SJ, what about that midfield fight? Because Hulkenberg was the star of that this weekend, I must say. Hmm, बंदे ने
Only
अच्छा
for the
परफॉर्मेंस
sprint
दिया.
quali, यार. I mean, if he had not crashed, he might have done well.
Yeah,
ठीक है. Just before coming to the midfield, I'll add one point for Ferrari.
yeah.
Okay. I heard somewhere, was it Charles or Fred? I don't know. They said that their car performs very well in hot conditions, hot temperatures, right? But
Hmm,
not so good in cold temperatures. So, uh, because there was already, a very hot climate out there in US at the
exactly.
Kota circuit, so that is also one of the reasons why Ferrari have performed good. Okay. So,
Exactly.
yeah, coming back to your question of Hulkenberg, yeah, I just pity that guy for some reason. Okay. Out of 200 plus 250 plus races, he has got scored
Only
one
one
podium.
podium.
Okay. And after that podium, he has not scored any points.
Exactly. Like
Okay. So
disastrous run.
he is a very good driver, excellent character, you know, uh, but somehow his luck is not favoring him when he's
Luck
driving
is
the car.
not favoring, but because that Sauber has improved. We can see it clearly that car has improved not by much, but by a tiny
No,
bit of margin,
by
yes.
where they were last year compared to that, they've improved a lot, bro.
A
Okay.
lot, a lot more.
हाँ. Last year they
That's
scored only
right.
1 point in the entire
One
season. That
point.
was at the last race. Okay.
Now
Last or second
they are in
last.
the fight for P5.
Right. So there are a lot of effects also changed, in Sauber garage itself.
Yeah.
मथिया बोनी तो आया है, फिर वो जॉनथन व्हीटली आया है.
Yeah,
नो.
Wheatley is there, Benotto is
करेक्ट.
there,
फिर that guy who was there with McLaren earlier. I don't
Seidel,
remember.
Seidel,
Seidel.
Andreas Seidel. But he
Yeah,
left, he left.
he know, but during the development stage he was there, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was there, he was
He
there.
was there. So Seidel was also there. So there are a lot of characters who
Exactly.
were there who had worked on different kind of projects and come together to make a very beautiful car, a very competitive
Exactly.
car. The only thing remains to see, can they forward it to the 2026 when the Audi takes over? That is one thing.
Audi
Midfield,
has already taken over the company. They are already baking in some parts of the processes into their company's structure. But I think with the resources Audi have, they will be able to develop the car more aggressively during the
let's
season.
see. So, but I'll come back to the question. I think that science penalty was unnecessary, especially
Yeah, that
after he retired. Because I want
uncalled
to
for.
highlight this point because this was very wrong. Piastri, when he had the jump start, he was
Yeah,
supposed to get a 5 second penalty. Okay, which he
exactly.
got, but it was not carry forward to the next race because he had retired.
So,
साइंस को भी 5 सेकंड का पेनल्टी मिला. ठीक है.
the
बट इट विल कैरी फॉरवर्ड although he has
penalty.
retired. So either I am missing something underlining of the rules or
You are not
FIA
missing
says a
anything.
very big thing.
FI, this is FIA making up their own rules out of this. The driver
And
has
it is
already
very
paid
unfair
for
on
his
science.
clash. Like I don't understand the driver has already paid for his clash. He has retired from the race. It has
Correct.
cost him a lot of points for the P5 in championship because
Correct.
everybody is pacing on science right now because स्प्रिंट रेस पे पोडियम ला दिया भाई ने. He was third in qualifying.
Correct.
After that, no, he was not in third in qualifying. He
When he
बेनिफिट हो
was
गया वो
further back,
मैकलारन
I
के.
think sixth,
ही
seventh,
वॉज फर्दर
yeah,
बैक
yeah,
ड्यू टू द मैकलारन्स crashing. He benefited from
jumped
that
up.
position.
Yes,
Yeah, so he jumped a lot of places, but that those small pocket of points bought Williams a lot of gap in the P5.
absolutely. It matters, right? So I don't know why
Yeah.
FIA has done such ruling. It is something which I would like to understand. Maybe I'll also dig some uh, points
Do
and
your own
try to
research.
understand whether on track action and jump start are
Equates
two different things, or it is
two different
on the
thing or
discretion
the.
of the stewards giving the penalty and not taking it
But
forward or something
jumpstart,
like that.
if I'm not wrong, jumpstart comes under the race start procedure, right? It is already a part of the race because you're starting the race and jumpstart is basically
My
gaining an unfair advantage.
my point is very simple. Okay,
हाँ.
if the driver has retired, okay, you need to carry his penalty in the form to the next race or not. Either you should
Hmm.
do it in all the scenarios or you should not do it
Exactly.
in any scenario. Okay.
Sure.
Now,
Sure.
because these are two different types of incidents, so are they being covered in the different set of rules? Or is it at the discretion of stewards? Is something which I need to understand.
Yeah, that needs to be clarified by the stewards
Or
themselves.
or maybe if our lovely audience, if they know anything, they can put it in the comments.
They can comment below. Guys, so comment below. जल्दी comment लिखो. थोड़ा सा बताओ हमको.
Ah,
So SJ, I think that was the main talking points. But overall, uh, how do you think McLaren can respond to this Red Bull resurgence?
they need to have a very good psychologist in their corner, first of all, who needs to sit with Lando Norris and who needs to sit with
Exactly.
Oscar Piastri and explain them the importance of scoring more and more points and beat
What?
Verstappen as much as
And
possible.
maximizing your weekends.
Correct. They need to work together. Okay. I know they both are in a separate fight. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
But to stop Max, they have to work together as a team.
Work together.
Okay. And once they have, uh, you know, uh, taken control over the challenge from Max, then they can fight within themselves. Okay. That is how it
They
should.
just, I think they just need one race weekend of working together to fend off Max.
No,
Like,
no, 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 no. No.
like
Max
just
only 40
like,
points. So if these two clash, say for example, like I said earlier, if Brazil
yeah,
happens a weight race, okay,
Max is running away with it.
correct. So 25 points khatam ho gaye. That is given the scenario that both Lando and Oscar
But
will not finish the race.
I am interrupting you. In this season, you never know. Like Red Bull पिछले साल मोन्जा में अच्छा नहीं किया. They did well in Brazil, but हो सकता है McLaren may have unlocked something which will allow them and their drivers to fight back with Red Bull. But if it is a wet race, Max ko I don't think anybody can touch him. But still, it is
Mhm.
F1. I can't
So
say
like I
anything.
said earlier, I'm going
Yeah,
to sit back,
just sit back and enjoy your
relax and
popcorn.
enjoy the drive, enjoy the
Yeah.
competition. That is what I'm going to do. एकदम simple है भाई.
Regardless, this will be a season to remember after 2021.
Uh, Not as for the level of 2021, but
No,
yes,
no,
you can
not on
say
that
something
level,
like
but near about
better than 23 and 22, I would say.
22, yeah. And secondly, coming to the Constructors' Championship, Mercedes is just 4 points ahead of Ferrari right now.
Correct.
Like they had their resurgence after the summer break. Russell won in Singapore, and he has been performing very consistently this season.
Hmm.
And Antonelli is there. Sometimes he's there, sometimes he's not. This has been the story of Mercedes since the start of this ground defect era. Like they have two of the most solid drivers, I must say, on the grid. One of the most solid drivers, and but still that car is not consistent enough. But on the other hand, Ferrari has a car which is top three material, but they are not able to execute their race weekends like they would want to. So, who do you think will win this fight for P2 and P3? Mercedes versus Ferrari is a classic. There is no doubting that. But कब इसको P2 की जगह हम P1 में देखेंगे और कब हमको मजा आएगा? वो थोड़ा आप
Uh,
हमको बताएं।
just to correct yourself, classic is McLaren versus Ferrari, not Mercedes versus Ferrari.
आई एम सॉरी बट मॉडर्न
ठीक है,
क्लासिक,
ठीक है.
मर्सिडीज वर्सेस फरारी इज अ मॉडर्न
Modern classic, okay, fine.
क्लासिक। या
Okay, modern classic, yes.
हाँ
Uh, I think Ferrari are making very basic mistakes. Okay. What I feel is they need to upgrade their wind tunnel, because
हाँ.
what they are seeing or what they are testing in the tunnel is not coming onto the race tracks.
I must add CFD also because their correlation is not working. Basically,
Correct,
their what they are seeing in the development stage, in the virtual stage, it is not replicating onto the
correct,
track.
correct. And their simulation is also not giving that data. Correct,
Exactly,
right? So that thing needs to work out with them. The second thing important for them is to have their strategies correct. Okay.
exactly.
If
They
they,
need a good strategist.
yeah, they need a good strategist. I'm open if I'm allowed to.
Guys, send in your resume for Ferrari strategist.
Yeah, you never know, you may land one.
No, never know.
No, but on the very honest side, these are the two things
Yeah,
which they have to look into it. Okay, they have a good engine. They have a very good engine in
for
terms
sure.
of speed, but the lack is, the development and the correlation between the development and the results on track. These are not matching. This is where they lose out every time. Right from 2017, they are losing it out on this point only. Okay,
That's the sad part.
yeah, kind of.
Like
रोना आ गया यार,
basically,
मेरे को
at
आंखों में आंसू आ गया
रोना
सीधा.
आ रहा है यार. Like this is the pain of tifosis, guys.
सीरियसली दिल टूटता है
Yeah,
हमारा.
this is how it looks like. Like I feel like
ग्लास भी खा.
Ferrari is that team. Glass भी खाली हो गया पानी पीते पीछे. Like Ferrari is that team. Like a team like that with so much success shouldn't be performing at such a basic level. Like just for once show that you are a team worth so many championships. Because if I say to anyone that the most iconic team is Ferrari, not a new single F1 fan will say that, oh yeah, Ferrari is iconic. Because they've seen Red Bull, Mercedes, and to a certain point McLaren also winning so recently. So they won't get the heritage of Ferrari or that pull of Ferrari. But I just wish for one season they went full in, all in, and just produced a season like no other.
I am hoping for the
Because
same. Yeah, to be very honest. Yes, if somebody asks, oh, they are losers, they are not doing well, they are this and they are that. See, that is bound to happen. People will retire. People will go out of the team. Okay, to replace them will take some time, because the new people
yeah,
will come in. They will come in with a new
they'll
ideology.
set in new processes.
Correct. They
Those
will set
processes
new
will take
processes.
time
Correct.
to come into
Exactly.
fruition.
And that will
But
take time. Okay. Now, for example, before 1996. Okay.
हाँ,
From 1976 till 1996, that period, or say till
Ferrari was
1999.
winless.
Yeah, I think Jody Sketcher was the last one to win in the Ferrari as a driver's
Yeah,
champion.
in
Yeah,
70s, Scheckter was the
yeah,
last one.
correct. So after that, they directly won in 2000 with Michael. Correct,
Schumacher.
right? From 1998 till 1996, Ferrari did not win even a single race. There was McLaren who was winning. There was Benetton who was
Williams.
winning. There was Williams who was winning. Even Tyrrell was winning.
Tyrrell was
Okay,
winning. Numerous teams.
correct.
Numerous teams.
But Ferrari was not winning. That continuously to win a champion. 90, look at Monzelo Montezemolo, if I'm pronouncing his name
Montezemolo,
correct.
Luca.
Yeah.
Italians and their names.
Who who changed the team? He brought in Niki Lauda as a consultant, which
Exactly.
which Mercedes also did later on.
Sure,
Right?
sure, sure.
He brought in Michael Schumacher. Michael Schumacher bring Ross Brawn. John Todd was
Rose
already
Brown.
there. They built a team around, right? And they started working. See, that was also expected of Lewis Hamilton, but not the first season. It will come.
Not for season.
Yeah, it
Exactly.
will
No,
come. It will
coming to
come.
that point, I'm interrupting you for a moment. I'm coming to that point. Like people were expecting that this will be the dream season that Lewis was expecting,
अरे वो
that
हैरी
coming into
पॉटर थोड़ी है,
Ferrari
कैसे
win.
छड़ी घुमाएगा और गाड़ी बन जाएगा एकदम विनिंग वाला.
वही तो है। लाइक आई वाज, पीपल वर एक्सपेक्टिंग कि भाई पहले ही आएगा एंड ही विल स्टार्ट विनिंग। लाइक गाइस, दिस इज नॉट द ओल्ड F1, यू नो। देयर इज नो अनलिमिटेड टेस्टिंग, देयर इज नो ट्रैक डेज, देयर इज नो देयर इज नो acclimatization. He
करेक्ट,
just had a day of running, then he had a couple of days of pre-season testing, उसमें भी आधा आधा दिन मिल रहा था उन लोगों को।
करेक्ट।
That it ऐसा नहीं था कि भाई पूरा दिन मिल जा रहा है या समथिंग। एंड द process integration process has become so difficult right now कि it usually takes 1 season for
उसके
a
ऊपर
driver.
तुम्हारा बजट कैप है, लिमिटेड
बजट कैप
आवर्स
है,
ऑफ डेवलपमेंट है, लिमिटेड आवर्स ऑफ
एवरीथिंग इज
सीएफटी है,
रिस्ट्रिक्टेड,
सब कुछ
सब
रिस्ट्रिक्टेड है
कुछ
भाई।
रिस्ट्रिक्ट करके रख दिया है।
करेक्ट।
एंड if they want the results like Michael Schumacher brought in for Ferrari, they have to give the time. They have to
करेक्ट।
give Fred the time. They have the team in place. They have the team in place. Although कुछ कुछ लोग बोल रहे हैं कि फरारी से कुछ कुछ लोग छोड़ के जा रहे हैं, but if you want my prediction, I think I'll go with Ferrari taking it to the line because
हाँ,
they have two consistent drivers, because they are performing at a top level, and I think it is basically difficult for Mercedes. If Las Vegas goes well for them, they might be in the hunt for the final race.
यू नेवर
But
नो।
I don't think, I
बट
know never know, because वो Mercedes कब उसका टायर वाला गेम चालू हो जाए एंड कोई एक रेस अगर मिल गया उनको, दे विल हैव दैट डे, बिकॉज
करेक्ट,
आई थिंक दैट tire works when the race is cool, the conditions are cool.
करेक्ट।
Yeah. So I think I'll go with Ferrari. What about you?
ऑलवेज।
Oh, तो always Ferrari. So basically USGP बिना अमेरिकन टीम के तो बात हो नहीं सकती है. So
करेक्ट।
what about Haas? What about Haas?
दे
They
हैव
had a good
डेवलप्ड
race.
ह्यूज दिस सीजन, दे हैव डेवलप्ड ह्यूज, especially with youngsters coming in like Berman, who is
Yeah,
consistently, you know, reached a very good level of points. You know, both
sure,
Ocon and on Berman, they have scored very good points. But Berman specifically, I am saying because he's very young. This is his first season. Okay.
surely.
So the way he has performed is very nice. Like I have repeated in the previous podcast also, all the four rookies that are there,
Yeah,
Bortolando, Berman, Kimi Antonelli, and Hajar.
I think Isaac Hajar.
Yeah.
Hajar and Behrman are my pick for the rookie of the season.
नहीं नहीं यार, मैं तो किसी को भी नहीं दूंगा बिकॉज ऑल फोर ऑफ देम डिजर्व इट।
Yeah, they have done a good job, all four of them.
ऑल फोर ऑफ देम डिजर्व इट, मैं तो ऐसे बोलूंगा। गिवन द रिस्ट्रिक्शंस ऑफ देयर कार, ऑल ऑफ देम हैव परफॉर्म आउट ऑफ देयर स्किल।
Yeah, for sure.
ठीक है।
For sure.
ठीक है। इवन यू नो इफ
Antonelli,
समबडी, आई जंप फ्रॉम हाउस टू सोनोडा, ठीक है,
yeah,
that guy has also, you know, done his utmost best given the restriction
the
that second
circumstances
car
in the
of the
car,
Red Bull has, how it started, and now he's scoring into multiple, you know, back-to-back finishes in the point.
back-to-back finishes,
Yeah, he's
points.
coming close to P10 and this all. This guy is going good. Okay.
He
If
has shown
if
progress.
if I would have been a manager of Sonoda, I would have tried to find him a team come what may
That
till the last
values
breath
him.
of my life for
Yeah,
the season.
exactly. He's a driver that clearly has improved, because seeing him perform from Japan till now, there had been some low points, but after, I must say, after the arrival of Mekis, he has unlocked that inner confidence also, because Mekis was very supportive of Sonoda in Racing Bulls.
It is, I would not, yeah, he has a role to play after Horner
Yeah,
was let out and Megis came
like
in.
that, just tiny bit of
Yeah,
a
yeah,
role,
little
not
bit.
much.
वो 19-20 का
Yeah,
फर्क में ही फर्क पड़ता है भाई। वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट Formula 1 where
Formula One, there are point
0.001
one seconds से भी
matters, right? So that
ma-
tiny bit of percentage also matters.
matters.
Okay, so it does matter, yes. The thing is that Sonoda required this kind of flaps. I understand he
Exactly.
was in a midfield team or a lower team while he was in Racing Bulls.
Racing Bulls.
Oh,
Yeah.
but that Racing Bulls was performing quite well, you know, last season या उससे पहले एक consistency था और expectation नहीं था, right?
Yeah.
रेड
That
बुल
car
से
was driver
expectation होती
friendly.
है। करेक्ट।
they developed, yeah,
रेड बुल से एक्सपेक्टेशन होती है, तो मेरा पॉइंट वही है। सोनोडा would have become a man from a boy in this season if I would sum it like
for
that.
sure, for sure, for sure. Like काफी सारा इवेंटफुल रेस वीकेंड था ये. दिस वाज अ वेरी नाइस वन इंडीड. लॉट्स ऑफ टॉकिंग पॉइंट्स, लॉट्स ऑफ टाइटल implications, लॉट्स ऑफ will they, won't they types of things. So overall, I think I'll give this race weekend a solid A.
Not an A. I will not rate it because I enjoyed it. Yes, there was action up and down all over the place
Yeah,
with tire strategy or when they will pay it, when they will not pay it. अरे ये कैसे ओवरटेक करेगा, इतना नजदीक आ रहा है. The wind direction changing. If you have noticed, on Saturday
also
the direction of the wind uh,
was
was on
not
the
we
opposite side,
head. Yeah, there
and
was a tailwind, and
yeah,
now during the
going
race
into the
weekend that
turn
was a
one, there
headwind.
was tailwind on Saturday, and on
Yeah,
Sunday it became a headwind.
headwind.
So
So
that
it
was
was
a
eating the
total
tires.
different challenge or self to the drivers, और वो पूरा कार का फंडामेंटली चेंज हो गया पूरा.
Fundamentally, because the whole tire profile changed, na? Because due to the
Correct,
tailwind, the rear tires were graining more. But due to the headwind, they are graining the left tires more. So it
correct.
was a problem because PS3 couldn't overtake Hamilton the whole race. He was not there. He was not there. So So basically, to sum it all up, this USGP weekend was
It was a
an
good
eventful
race
one.
overall.
It was a good
Both
race.
good race.
It was a nice race. It was absolutely a dream scenario for Red Bull because they went on maximum points with their driver at the top. At the top, he got the sprint win, he got the pole for both of the races, and he got the GP win. So, and he's on his seventh career. He got his seventh career Grand Slam. So that is
तो ग्रैंड
also a
स्लैम
good.
कैसे हुआ, फास्टेस्ट लैप कहाँ मिला था उसको?
Fastest lap नहीं मिला, but I think they were trying for that
हाँ,
fastest lap.
बट मिला नहीं ना, तो यू कैन नॉट कॉल
My
इट अ
bad,
ग्रैंड
my bad.
स्लैम.
Sorry, वो नहीं मिला उसको grand slam.
या.
So okay, guys. So this was our experience from this USGP. एंड अगर पसंद आया होगा तो लाइक कर देना, थोड़ा सा लोगों को बताना हमारे बारे में. वी हैव जस्ट स्टार्टेड इट एंड वी आर न्यू टू इट. सो थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर वॉचिंग एंड हैव अ वेरी हैप्पी एंड सेफ दिवाली. गुड नाइट एंड गुड बाय.
And thank you. Happy Diwali, everybody in India, to all Indians. And like Krishanu said, like, share with your friends, help us improve ourselves. Where can we improve? Your comments, your likes are very valuable to us. Do follow us on
Exactly.
Instagram also, and keep listening to our podcast and GP experiences. Thank you. Ciao.
Thank you.